Take a minute of your time and imagine the world without mathematics. Teaching platform, this is Mr. Mlonga, aka the teacher. My pupils calls me the teacher. We are here to do mathematics indeed. Be ready for the lesson that is coming forth. If you are new to this channel, you are welcome. Please subscribe so that every time we post a video, you are the first to be notified. We'll be posting videos every day. Today I want to talk about the simplification of fractional algebra. So like we have this question on the solving board where we have 12d n to the power 3 over 15 c d to the power 3 divide by 9 c to the power 3 n over 10 c to the power 2 d to the power 2. To find the solution to this, we are just simplifying, making it simple. Solution. So the solution will start as follows. What you have to consider, this is division of fractions. The division changes to multiplication. That is the first step. Hence we have 12d n to the power 3 over 15 c d to the power 3 times 9. This will not be 9 there. When you change the division to multiplication, you also change this to its inverse, meaning the denominator becomes the numerator becomes the denominator. So what we have in the numerator will be 10 c to the power 2 d to the power 2 over 9 c to the power 3 and n. After doing that, you can expand on those that have been raised to some power. So we have 12 times d times n times n times n, because n is to the power 3, so you need to have 3 n's, over 15 times c times d times d times d, then times 10 c to the power 2, that is times c times c times d times d, over 9 times c. C is to the power 3, so times another c times c, then times n. We have not changed anything. What we have done here, we have just expanded it, because this is 3, this is n to the power 3, so you have 1, 2, 3 n's. This is c to the power 2, so you have 1, 2 c's. D to the power 2, 1, 2. D to the power 3, 1, 2, 3. C to the power 3, 1, 2, 3. This is n, this is d, this is c. They are not raised to any power, so you just write them the way they are. Then at this point you can start cancelling. First of all, there is a number that can go into 12 and 15. That number is actually 3. 3 into 12, it will go there 4 times. 3 into 15, 5 times. We have this c, it can cancel with this c. We have this d, it can go with this d. We have this d, it can go with that d. This d will go with that d. Then meaning that at this point we have 5, 1, 5 there, 2. What else? We have this c, it can go with this c there. So those 2 c's have gone. This n can go with this n there. Then we have 2 n's there. And then we have 2 c's here. They cannot be cancelled with anything. So from that point, what we have? We actually have 4 over, what have we remained with here? It's 1. Then times What about there? You have remained with these 2 only. So that is a 2 over, sorry, there is this n and that n. This n and that n will give us n to the power 2. So we multiply them. That is, because they cannot be cancelled with anything, so we write it as n to the power 2. Then, here, what have you remained with here? You have remained with these 2 c's and that 9. So you have 9, then c to the power 2, like that. At this point, there is nothing that can be cancelled, so you just do direct multiplication. 4n to the power 2 times 2 will give you 8n to the power 2 over 1 times 9c to the power 2 will still be 9c to the power 2. This is our answer, and we have simplified. As simple as that. It's easy even to just say, for example, this is c to the power 3. You just say there are 2 c's there. You remove 2 c's, so you remove 2 from there. But I'm sure this is more clear than going by that. So let's go to the next question. We can have another question on the same, so that we can have a better understanding of how to simplify algebraic fractions. Because of the size of the board, I have to remove what is here. Then we can have another question for further understanding. Let's have a question, and it will be stated as question B. So B, it's a B. So for this question B, we can have 7st to the power 3, st to the power 3 over 15u to the power 3 v to the power 2 times 5u to the power 3, then we have a v over 28s s to the power 3 t to the power 2. That is also another algebraic fraction that we want to evaluate. Actually, it's not evaluating, it's simplifying. 15u to the power 3 v squared is our first denominator. 28s to the power 3 t to the power 2. Then we have 5u to the power 3 v 7st to the power 3. So we have a lot that have been raised to certain powers. So the first thing, we have to expand on the powers. Expand according to the powers. Solutions. So if we add something like division there, we would have started by changing the sign, then we inverse the other fraction. But this is already multiplication, there is no change that is needed. So we start by saying 7, then s, 7 times s times t to the power 3. So t, another t. This dot stands for multiplication, so do not get confused, it's not a point. Then we have 15 dot u dot u dot u, then dot v. That v is to the power 2, so another v is needed. The number of t's is supposed to be 1, 2, 3. The number of u's is supposed to be 1, 2, 3. The number of v's 1, 2. Then times 5 dot u dot u dot u dot v. There are 3 u's there. We have expanded. Even here we have 28 dot s to the power 3. This is s. Then t to the power 2. So t dot t, like that. Then at this point, it's a question of looking at the common factors, so that you are able to cancel. You cancel out certain things that are common. Looking at what we have here, 7 cannot go into 15, so there is no common factor there. There is no s, there is no t, so here we cannot cancel anything. What about this side? 5 and 28, they cannot go along. There is no u here, and there is no s, there is no t, so they cannot be cancelled as numerator and denominator. Let us cross them now. When crossing them, you look at what is here and what is there. You do not cancel what is here and what is there. No. You cancel this and that. You cancel this and that. Let us start by considering the number 5. 5 there, 1. 5 there, 3. Okay, that has been dealt with. What about this 7? 7 there, 1. 7 there, 4. What else can we do in terms of the numbers? Numbers we cannot cancel anymore. What about S? This S can cancel with this S. This T can cancel with this T. This T can go with this other T. Okay? So in terms of S, we are done. There's nothing more to cancel. In terms of T, everything has been cancelled except for this one T. Then let's consider U. This U can go with that U. This U can go with this U. This U, is there any other U? Yes. This U can go with this U. There is a V here, there is another V there, so they will cancel. Do we have anything that can still be cancelled? No. What have we remained with here? 1 times T is actually T. So we rewrite, we have T over, we only remained with T there. 3 times V, that is 3V, times 1 times 1, that is 1 there, over, then from here, what have we remained with? 4 times S times S, that is going to be S squared, but there's a V there. Okay, it has been written already. So we have the 4S squared. From there, it's direct multiplication. There's nothing that can cancel from this point. T times 1, that will be T, over 3V times 4S to the power 2. 3 times 4 give you 12. S to the power 2 times V will still be VS to the power 2. This is our answer, as simple as that. The beauty of doing this kind of mathematics, it makes you think a lot. You have to be very careful so that you do not leave anything without being attended to. That marks the end of the lesson. This marks the end of our lesson. Please, if you have not subscribed, this is the time to do so, because every day we'll be posting videos, and it's important that every time we post a video, you are the first to be notified. Where you need to comment, you need to ask something, do not hesitate. We value your support, we value your contribution, be it positive or negative. Welcome once more, and thank you very much for having watched the video. Please share the video with others. Let other lovers of mathematics enjoy the mathematics that we are doing on this platform. It's mathematics all the way until Jesus Christ comes. Take a minute of your time and imagine the world without mathematics. We cannot be able to calculate or count the time without the use of mathematics. The calendar that we use is a product of mathematics. We only get to know that this is the year 2020 by the use of mathematics, by following the calendar mathematically. The population of any country is a product of mathematics. You only get to know that it takes 9 months for a baby to be born through the use of mathematics. In the medical field, temperature is calculated using mathematics. In the business world, profit and loss is only appreciated by the use of mathematics. A bricklayer uses mathematics to calculate the number of bricks needed for that construction. A carpenter uses mathematics to calculate the gradient of the roof before the roof is put up. A policeman has to count the number of prisoners in that police cell through mathematics. A thief should be able to calculate the hypotenuse of that brick wall before falling off that brick wall. We all need mathematics. Mathematics runs the world.